Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in the last video I have shown you how to style that form with the help of React Bootstrap library. So in this video I will tell you how to apply the validations to your form. So for validation I have used the Yup schema validation package. So it's a schema validation package which you can use in order to apply the validation easily. So first thing first, you need to copy that command to install the package into your project. So copy that, come to your project file and simply paste that command here. Hit enter, so it will automatically install the Yup package to your React app. So in my package.json file, you can see that it already installed latest version of Yup package. So in order to use that package, what we're gonna need is basically first we need to import that Yup package in our file. So in my app.js where I have developed that form, what I'm gonna do is basically import the Yup package. So for that you can see that it import the Yup package here. So copy that, paste that here and click save. So in this way we have extract the Yup package from the Yup library. Next thing is we have to define the rules. So we have to define the rules for our validations. So for that we need to implement the schema. So in order to implement the schema, you can see that we have this kind of code here which we're gonna use in order to apply the validation. So it basically simply an object which is stored in the that schema variable. So for that what we're gonna do is basically copy that and simply paste that here and change that const variable to, let's say I can change that to the validate form. Then it take the Yup object. So that Yup is basically come from that import statement. So Yup dot object dot shape. Now you have to define the shape of your schema. So this shape needs to be exactly same which you have defined in the initial values. So that first underscore name key will be same in the validation. So there you will have to type exactly same key like this in the initial values, and then you have to apply the rules. So what's the rule? That it will be the string, because you have to type a letter or alphabets or word, so it will be a string, and it has a validation of minimum 2 characters and maximum 50 characters, and also a required field, right? So what I'm gonna do, for a quick sake of purpose, I just remove that min and max and simply make that a mandatory required field. So first name will be required, right? And the last name will be replaced with the email because we have the email field. So this key, initial values key, will be same as in the validation, and simply remove that as well, and that will also be a string with the required attribute. And the last thing is the description. So simply paste that with the description and add the yup.string.required, right? So we have defined our validation schema here. Now what we're gonna need is we have stored that schema in that const validate form. So in order to use that validate form, we have to also pass a prop here. So we have initial values, we have already defined, and the onSubmit function already defined. Now the third thing is the schema. So validation schema prop. So if you are wonder where this validation schema come from, so you can simply go to the documentation and you can see that it basically Formik accept that validation schema, and you have to define the schema you have mentioned. So I have my schema name is validate form. So I have to copy that and simply paste that here in the validation schema, like that. So in this way, you have defined the validation schema and implement that to the Formik. Now you have to show the errors for each field, first name, email, and the description. So for that, you have to do a quick things here. First thing is you have to destructure the errors property from that Formik. So you can see that it basically destructuring the errors property from the Formik. So this errors touch you see is built-in. You can say that built-in methods for the Formik. It's already defined. So what you're gonna need is simply copy that and before that form, paste that here, and you have also closed that code here in the last. So the last is that these two. So in this way, you have defined that. Now, what you're gonna need is to show error below the field. So for that, we have that errors. So errors dot first name, errors dot last name, errors dot email. So in this way, you can show the error messages. So in below field, which is the so you can add the below or on the top. I will add that on the top there. So for that, we have to open that curly braces, and now we have the errors. Forget the text, right? Just remove that text for now. Copy the errors, then errors dot first underscore name, which you have defined here or here. You have to copy that and show that with errors dot first name, like this, right? You can wrap this in the p tag and write that like this. Simply copy that, paste that here, and now this is for the email. Copy arrows dot email. Simply copy again and paste that here. Arrows dot description. So it basically same like this description which is mentioned here. So copy that and paste that here. Now you have to define the errors there. Let's check. Go to the React app, refresh the page, and click directly contact me. You can see that we have the error messages required, required, required. If you want to change those text required, simply go to the validation schema and you can see we have mentioned there. So you can type anything like first name is required, email is required, and description is required. Save that, click contact me again, and you can see that this error messages will change. Now you find that little bit gap here. So in order to remove that gap, so what it's basically doing, this p tag by default taking the margin bottom because it's a bootstrap library, so it add the margin bottom of 1 rem. So simply we will use the bootstrap built-in classes. In p we will simply define the class name and give this class mb0. It will add the margin bottom 0. Paste that and you can see that it now stick with the field. Simply copy that, simply copy that, paste that here, paste that here, save, and you can see that it stick with the this message. Now in order to change that color of the text, you can also write the custom css or you can find the utility classes here. You can see the colors, right? And here you will find the text danger property, this text danger. Copy that and simply type text danger, text danger, and text danger. Save that, Now go to the React app. You can see that we have added the validation form successfully. Now if I add first name, you can see it automatically remove the error. If I add email address, it remove the validation error. If I add the description, it remove the errors. And if I click contact me, you can see it consoles the data. Click OK, remove any field from there. Like if I remove the testing, you can see it automatically display the description is required. And if I click on contact me, it doesn't console me the it doesn't submit the form, it displaying the error message. If I add anything test and then click contact me, now it will basically alert those values here. So guys, in this way you can add the validation messages to your form with the help of Yup and Formik. So you can see that with the help of Formik you can easily create the forms, and with the help of Yup you can easily add the validation. So this is some simple and basic stuff. You can add more complex logics to that schema for the validations and also for that form as well. So maybe in next lecture or some other lectures we will add some more things to this form. For example, we will add the reset form button here, right? We can reset that but form. We can add the validation messages like with the help of alert bar like this. I will tell you in the components alerts like this, a simple danger alert. This kind of layout we will add, and maybe we will add some more things to that form like radio buttons in some another video. So that's it for now. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon for more updates, and I will meet you in the next video.